Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known, but what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day with patchy fog possible. Otherwise, probably sunny and a high around 54. Tonight, probably cloudy skies with a low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and light winds with a high around 55. Meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman on this hump day. We are Old School, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Andremat, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. We're live in effect, 1040 O Street. Hey, man, we got a lot of stuff to cover. We got the first potential, if it started today, the college football playoffs. You know, we had Teammates Tuesdays and Takedown Tuesday yesterday, so we missed it. Nebraska, you know, obviously, I think Coach Rule said it on Monday, but there was more information that came out yesterday.
Coach Manning left you a hat.
That's cool.
You know, he invited you down to Friday if you want to come down and catch them against Utah Valley. It used to be Utah Valley State.
He knew I like a trucker hat because I got to wear a trucker hat because I got a big old head.
They look, your head is not above size 8+, right? You don't have
No, I don't got one.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't make me start calling you Dome Foreman.
No, I don't got the barbecue pit up there,
okay.
but
call you
there's somebody that's
Sputnik.
There's somebody that's employed here that has maybe the biggest head I've seen on a 23, 24-year-old I've ever seen.
Yeah. We won't say Sick Maynard has a large dome, but he
Hetty Murphy.
Yeah, he really is. He Hetty Lee.
head of the class. No, I'll just say I ain't gonna cap on him. He ain't here, but we'll talk about the two new, or at least one, Dana Holgerson's.
Say what you said. Say what you said, Jay Foreman.
Well, I don't think the other one's gonna be here. For that long. So that's why I wanted to correct myself before people start putting stuff out there. But Dana Holgerson's going to be at I guess, evolving role. So we'll talk about that, what that means. Obviously with 3 games left, what it could possibly spark or do. And I do have experience of that just on the defensive side, and my times in the NFL, so forth and so on. Then you got some NFL stuff, and then obviously the Husker men's basketball, because we came on after the women's on Monday, and then they were playing at 7, where I was able to watch that game. Obviously we'll get some thoughts on that. So look, we're live in effect. There's some decent games. Obviously college basketball is in effect. Your boy Cooper Flagg did his thing. Then they all commenced.
And my boy Con Knipple did.
Yeah, and then they commenced the next day to go golfing. I'm watching. I mean, if those dudes don't fit Duke basketball, Cooper Flagg and the other dudes were they just riding around on golf carts or playing golf and have great swings, if they do not fit what you would think of Duke.
Y'all thought you hated Leitner.
Yeah.
Y'all thought you hated Grayson Allen.
Yeah. No.
No. Really did hate those two. Like let's not fake it that there was a possibility that they kinda.
You hated
JJ Redick. You thought you hated JJ Redick,
but you hated him for different reasons. I don't think anybody hate Cooper Flagg because he's cold blooded. But you hated Christian Laettner because he was so good. You hated Grayson Allen because he was,
hateable.
Easily.
Brought it on himself.
He has a hateable face and attitude. The way that he played, he just looked like you just want to punch him.
Who are the kings, Austin? Who are the kings of the hateable face?
Grayson Allen, number 1.
Right? Is that top of the list of
college JJ?
Right, like just from the
not
look,
the face,
like Leitner,
not the face.
Leitner because of the
way
hairdo.
You know what the way he did. Yeah.
Leitner because of the hairdo. Like he had although real talk, he had a teammate that had worse hair than he. Cherokee Park. Cherokee Park deserved.
But it wasn't Cherokee Park's. It wasn't his hair. It was his head. He had a Gumby head.
Talk about Hetty Foreman.
Yeah, but he had the ski slope. His head was a ski slope. Cherokee Park.
Oh man, he deserved it.
Blue Jays Josh Donaldson was up there.
Yeah.
Aaron Craft's rosy cheeks.
Yeah, Josh Donaldson for sure.
Rugnet Odor and the little soul patch.
Swisher. Nick Swisher.
Nicky Swish. Yeah, he. Well, there were several Yankees.
Oh, we got a new one. Dan Lanning. Oh, I would straight stone cold cock him in his face. Then the next guy,
Dan Hurley.
But he actually got punched because of that face.
He did.
Yeah.
He actually got punched because of that face.
But he looks like he's gotten punched. The way he did Dan Hurley.
Well, Bobby and his dad, I would think so.
Yeah.
But Austin, in fairness, the most hateable of all faces in that program is Coach K.
Late Coach K.
Coach K had the
surly.
Yeah, he had the face that, what do you mean it's not about me face?
Which is the more punchable K face? The frustrated, upset scowl or that knowing kind of arrogant smile?
Arrogant smile.
Yeah.
That's the DDT face.
That's when Stone Cold shows up. That's when you get the broken glass and kick to the stomach. Yeah,
you want to Jake the Snake Roberts? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was
with the interest music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask you if Tony Romo is on the list?
He's number 1.
So early Tony, no, but smarmy Booth Tony, yes.
Tony Romo, after he got his first check, he not only you want to punch him in his face, you want to punch him in his stomach when he's not ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, because you want to hear the sound.
Yeah. But he always looks like he's constipated, though.
Like you want to hear the sound. And Riley, you're right. Doug McDermott, and then McCaffrey from Iowa.
Which
dad?
one?
Dad.
No, it was Fran's up there,
right? And
Brad Davison,
Ferentz,
Jordan Bohannon,
Ferentz.
Yeah. All the white
TJ
Syracuse,
Fleck?
all the white Syracuse guys that hits the threes. They were the ones that hit the threes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, but then they
Joe
always
Girard. Joe
Yeah.
Girard recently.
all of the straight
Yeah.
into my veins, guys. Like
Notre
if you hit
Dame.
the three and you
Steve Vesturia,
right.
What about
Rex Fluger.
What about
Yes.
the old Notre Dame basketball coach that just retired?
Nah,
I like
Bray's pretty chill.
Yeah, I like it. But when he slicks his hair back, though.
TJ Fleck, Riley. That is a
Bray
great
looked like
pull.
he was in the mob.
That is a great pull.
Yeah.
That is
The
a great
Catholic
pull.
mob.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
He-
Irish
the
mob.
Irish
Yeah,
mob.
yeah.
IRA everything.
PJ Fleck is really high on the list.
Oh,
Grant
Rajon
Gibbs,
Rondo.
yes.
Rondo.
That's a
Ooh.
great pull.
Rajon Rondo.
In the league, in the NBA,
It's definitely
but we
Jordan
can't
Poole.
miss the layup. We can't miss the
Jordan
layup.
Poole.
Pepev.
Braun.
No.
You don't want to punch. You don't just walk
No.
up one time, steal one. No,
I don't.
He's from Akron. He's gonna hit you back.
Well, I didn't say they don't punch back. I mean,
Chris Paul.
Really?
Because he played dirty.
and then feigned innocence the moment the whistle blew.
Yeah.
See, to me, we're talking about punchable face. To me, it's LaMelo.
All of them. Dad, the two brothers.
Yeah. Dad's high.
Yeah.
The dad might be just number
Just-
one.
Probably.
Yeah.
Dad's high on the list. Yeah.
I love that we can talk about LaMelo without bringing LeVar Ball up, though. Like, we had to for this conversation, but I love that when we're talking hoops, we can actually just talk about LaMelo because he's a good player.
Well, I don't know that
With a punchable face.
I don't know, but I don't know that I want to
but-
punch him. I want to trip him though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
you want it
sure,
like on a fast break, he got to get a layup. You just want a leg sweep.
Yeah.
Take the
Karate
leg.
Kid.
Yeah. Take
Oh,
the,
full on
Mr.
sweep the
Miyagi.
leg.
sweep the,
Yeah,
sweep the
full
leg.
on sweep the leg.
Yeah, you want to sweep. Oh, my bad, man. I didn't see you
Sorry.
there. Yeah.
Bill
Do him like your
Lamb-
boy did Tatum.
Bill
Yeah,
Lamb-
Grant Williams.
Yeah, oh, man.
There's one. Grant
Yeah.
Williams.
Grant
No,
Williams.
no.
'Cause
Right, Ben just said it. Bill Lambert. Bill Lambier.
Bill Lambier.
Bill Lambier
All
is,
of them.
is absolute.
Rick Mahorn.
Pecan Pie said the same thing.
You can't do that to Rick Mahorn though.
Oh no, don't you listen.
Did you ever see the video when Isaiah Thomas stole on Rick Mahorn twice and he just stood with the ball?
Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you
he ate
doing?
him too.
Like, what are you
Isaiah,
doing?
but hey, Isaiah was throwing them Southside
He was.
Chicago hands though.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but then Rick Mahorn ate him. Boom, boom. All right, man, you done?
Rick Mahorn's in that full list of people that you do not punch. Like he's in Wes Unsell's in that list.
You know why though? Because if they were teleported to today, they would not only play NBA basketball, but they would be the slap contest champions. They just have the faces and the jaws that if you just that's not where you're going to defeat them. You got to body blow those.
Yeah,
dudes.
and the big huge meat hand.
Yeah.
Like Wes had the big meat hand. Mahorn had the big meat hand.
Oh, that's a really good one. Danny Ainge.
Dealer Danny.
Yeah.
Damn, 907. He said
Yeah.
rink mask. I seen Rink the other day, man. You gonna punch him in the face? Dang, I'm gonna tell him. Albert Bell. No.
Yeah, you
No,
would not.
no,
Well,
no.
I listen.
He's on the
Pecan
list of ones
pie.
you don't. Yeah.
Pecan pie. I've seen Albert Bell twice.
In the airport, right?
In the airport twice.
Joey.
The first time, I was like, I wasn't intimidated. I'm not really doing anything. I was like, damn, that dude. Hey, you could just tell he's having a bad day. First of all, because I think he was dropping his family off to go somewhere, and I know it was completely stressful. I know it was. You could just tell, y'all need to get the heck away from me. And so he just had that look in his eye, and he was not groomed. So brother wasn't feeling right because his hair was not looking right. And I just just said what's up with him. Then the next time we were in the line together, and he actually was very pleasant, but by no means pecan pie. Would you ever think to put your hands on Albert?
I'm
Bell?
not. It's like the silverback where they tell you don't smile at him because they take it as a sign of aggression. Yeah, that's Joey Bell. That's Joey. That's Joey.
Go call him Joey and see how it works.
Yeah,
See how that works out for you.
You see how far away I am from him right now.
The better yet, hey, pecan. When you see him, just say, "Hey, how you doing, Josie?"
Hey, Joey. whack.
Could call him Joseph.
Back, bippity back. Yeah, no, he was saying don't do it. He was picking up and saying he's on the list of those that you do not touch.
What about Phil Simms?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Phil Simms, Boomer Esiason, Terry Bradshaw.
No, but
Terry Bradshaw.
Let me be clear here. If I get to just sucker punch one member of the Sims family, it's not Phil.
Oh, it's his son.
It's Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to apologize to Phil for what I'm about to do to Chris. It's like I know that's your son, but bruh. Yeah, and then he would, you know what? He would nod and go, "Yeah, you're right. You're right. I did that. That's my fault."
Christians can get.
That's
a lot
fault.
of dudes.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That and Nebraska, I don't think Rink Mask could be the one.
Rink Mask
did already get punched in the face.
Rink Mask looks like the dude
Haymarket
that I read that you're over in Europe hanging out and you go to like the house, like a club, and they're playing house music, and Rink Mask is up on stage vibing it out with a tank top and just pure sweat.
Oh yeah.
So why would you want to punch him?
We're working on actually having Rink come on once a week. Rink is in the I think we're in the final hour of negotiating with Rink to get him to do.
That's right. He redshirted.
Yeah, so he's around. He's got time. He's got a lot to say. Yeah, I think that probably happens. Vince McMahon 100%. 100%.
You're the wrestling guy.
Yes.
DP, top 5 punchable faces in WWE.
Oh, wow. There aren't many. There's one. No, there is one. There's only one. Dom Mysterio. The son of Rey Mysterio, who is currently, they've made him into this thing. And Hoss and I laugh every Sunday. The fact that they have women fighting over this guy. And just, Austin, type in Dom Mysterio. And when you see the picture of this dude, you
I see it.
Ooh,
my fist
listen,
my fist is going through my screen.
My fist curled up on its own. Like we're just sitting here talking and my fist just curled up. They have two of the most extremely amazing women as a storyline fighting over this guy. And I'm just like, he must have paid the story writers. Like he was like, take all my salary. As long as I get to kiss these two women each week, you ain't even got to pay me.
He probably let the story writers punch him in the face.
Right.
And his very punchable face.
Like, here, just take all my... Jay, are you familiar with this dude?
No.
He's the only reason he's there, because his dad's Rey Mysterio.
Oh, I've seen him. I don't watch wrestling that much, but I've seen like highlights or whatever.
Jay, the two women who were fighting over him, 10s. 10 absolute 10s.
Are they with him in real life? No.
No.
Not. You're right. Okay.
No. It would hurt my ego for them to actually be after him in real life. But they, in the storyline, they get to kiss on a regular basis. And I'm just like, you are the luckiest human being. First of all,
that's what happened. Things that open up.
Oh,
Vince sold the rights to the company. Now it's full on soap opera.
Oh, as
the WWE terms.
They are doing the dang thing. But yeah, that would be. There's one. Like it's just him. It's just him. There's nobody else. Bobby Heenan, not so much. Miz, no, I kind of dig Miz. I kind of dig.
He just funny.
Yeah, like yeah. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. And there's nobody that I want to hang out with more than R-Truth. R-Truth, Ron Killings from Charlotte, North Carolina. R-Truth is the funniest guy. He's the funniest wrestler to ever live. He's just that good. So
we did get a vote for Kelly Sheffield from Wisconsin volleyball on that list of enemies.
He constantly looks for somebody to irritate.
Same with Craig Skinner.
Yeah, Texas. They walk up and down the sideline. Jay, it
was a Jared Elliott.
Yes,
Texas, not Craig Skinner. Sorry, Craig. Jared Elliott. Jared Elliott.
But he's just arrogant,
scuzzy.
Like that kind of arrogance. Like those are the ones that you want. Like I want to see. There's certain ones I want to see coach against Jay. And then
volleyball,
right. I want to see what their reaction is.
Oh, they get some dudes, man. There's a couple dudes I like that I coach against or have. Oh, I like to punch them dead in their face. And I told them, I was like, look, man, this basketball stuff really ain't that important. We can go outside.
You're right.
And that ain't even that. I mean,
we can take off the name tag.
It's a hobby for me. It's life for you.
Yeah.
So.
We could go. This is just for entertainment. But we can go out there and get busy.
Your choice.
Yeah, there's some dudes. Man.
Those are. I love those. I love those moments where you just go, I can take the name tag off.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like you catch them. Like this one dude I caught, and I don't really say much or whatever because it's just. I caught the dude mean mugging. Like, look, man. So who are you looking at, man? Like, what's wrong with you? And he did it. Then I was like, well, then maybe you didn't hear me. So now I need to come into your space. Like, who are you looking at? Like, why? Because I want to understand what your mindset is. And then he said, well, this, and this. Well, then that's out the window because we already got to step 3. So I went to 1 to 3, just in 2 steps. So as I was getting there, it went 1, 2, 3. I'm in your grill.
It's like, no. It's like you ask the question, are you okay? Because you saying the thing that is problematic for your wellness. So tell me if you're okay. Like if you have an emotional day and you just like I'll just leave.
Yeah, it happens.
Like pat you on the back instead of your face.
Hey man, let me tell you something. The way old boy from South Florida did Tom Herman.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom Herman though.
But Tom, yes. Yeah. Because Tom Herman ran it up on him the year before. When you talking about stand on when you talking about stand on
Colish, 10 toes down.
Hey, on site too. Tom Herman tried to double back. No. Take that L with you, bro. Hey, then he was dapping up all his players. You want to come play for me? That was the best. But the best one of all, I'm going to tell you that one of the coaches that you want to punch in the face, actually it was the 2 coaches had the best handshake. Jim Harbaugh, not so much. Jim Schwartz, when he was the head coach of Detroit. That back slap, let me tell you something. After you lose a game like that and you're intense and you got to go, and then he just, and I'm going to tell you a story. Let me tell you a story, man. We played these dudes. It was a team from like Southwest Iowa. And they was their elite team. And I had like I guess my silver team or whatever. And they ended up winning. It was a triple overtime game and something like that. And nobody knew the rules. We were last game, at the very end. It's like 10:30 at night. So when you get into double and triple overtime, it's the next whoever scores the first point. Well, they won on a free throw. Well, one of the parents went in there and got the rules and ran in there. Yo, when I tell you, old buddy tried to like pat me on the butt. At that point, I'm so tired. I'm not gonna get home to 12. All right, man. You got your A team beat my B team. All right, I'm worried. Okay, we almost had it. Yo, how fast you think I turned around? Hey,
he got the water bottle.
He got the water bottle. He was talking to his team. Oh no, I was right in the huddle, and I was like, "Boy, you listen, you
inside the huddle with Jay Foreman."
Like, no, but here's the thing: I was like chest bumping him and walking him back because he's a little old dude. I said, "Listen, man, this ain't a pickup game, man." I was like, "You don't know who you're dealing with right now. Like, I know you excited you won, but you still got to try to get home here. You know what I mean?" But that's some guys got to punch the face.
You see OG? You see OG on here?
OG.
Talking about
Augie. Yeah.
Augie.
Stirring it up.
Scott Frost. Nah, you wouldn't want to punch him. That's the thing. He's still one of my. He's still a former teammate, man.
Slow hanging fruit. Come on, be better. Be better. Be better.
Nah, I wouldn't want to do that, man. I wouldn't. I'd literally want. To be honest with you, man, at least Scott alone. Just let him go, dude. It's over, man. Just let the dude go do his thing, man. Like I would tell this if we were here, I would tell. Listen, Scott needs to let it go and come to terms. We ain't get the job done. There's plenty of reasons why you didn't, and there are other factors. Everybody, we just got. Power punching, I don't know about that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Husker fans maybe let it go too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
No,
It's mutual.
Now you could maybe flick that big old dip out his mouth. Ping. Then Scott, you got to put a Zen in the upper decky. You got to put that one of them big old them Zens in.
Oh, that's so funny.
Leave him alone, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dang. I mean, come on, man. You know, you can't ride a dead horse. You can't dig that bad boy up and ride it. But we're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll talk about the college football playoffs and see if we can formulate any more slappable list. John and Cortland, I got your question. We'll ask it. It kind of goes right in line with the new additions or whatever you want to call them to staff. We'll ask you, or we'll answer your text and any text that you guys text in during the break. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? That feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios on O Street.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day with patchy fog possible. Otherwise, probably sunny and a high around 54. Tonight, probably cloudy skies with a low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and light winds with the high around 55. Meteorologist Kyle Cluck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Before you start blowing and raking leaves this season, make sure you know where they go. Yard waste is not garbage, especially in Lincoln, where it's converted into earth fuel compost. All grass clippings and leaves must be separated from household trash from April 1st until November 30th each year. It's the law. Yard waste belongs in a paper lawn bag, or you may request a bin from your trash hauler who will pick it up for a small fee. Remember, no trash or branches are allowed in yard waste. Get the details at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle.
When your home fills up with family, Aloe Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Aloe Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman, second segment, Old School. A lot has been going on over there in Husker Land, obviously. Goes without saying, we got about 8 minutes so we can catch back up before we get into college football playoff, probably in the 5 o'clock hour. You know, we'll kind of just jump around today. But what are your guys' thoughts on Mr. Dana Holgorsen coming in as a consultant in a ever, I guess, evolving role on the offensive side? What's up, man?
DP, what you got?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's news. It's on the news. I'm reading it right here.
DP doesn't know what we're talking about.
What? What? What are you talking about, Jay Foreman?
The former Houston Cougars coach and West Virginia coach.
What?
And Oklahoma State offensive coordinator and Texas Tech offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they is it Holgorsen?
Holgorsen.
Holgorsen is coming in. He's a consultant and it's going to evolve over time.
I think that was very telling language from Matt Rule.
He was. What do you mean? Why?
In a role that will evolve over time.
Well, just the season, right? Is that what it? I didn't see it. Was it during the season? Look at you. Over time. I mean,
do you go get a guy like Dana Holgorsen? You pry him away from a place he's already a consultant at TCU. Do you pry him away for 3 weeks?
Was his contract done in TCU?
Was he?
But why does he make him move to Nebraska for 4 weeks?
Who else is at TCU? We know anybody else at TCU on that staff? We don't know another Texas coach. Okay, all right.
It was on TCU.
I'm just trying to understand. If you tell me you're going to be more physical and run the ball, and then realize that either you can't or won't, and then week 9 or week 11 of your in season, you make a decision. I'm curious, what was Dana doing? We know that he had been in discussion earlier in the year.
In January, I think.
Right.
He came in for a visit,
This was not a new conversation.
Right.
This was not an out of nowhere relationship deal. This was a thing that, hey, I'm just going to put you on the layaway plan.
Yeah.
I'll pay for you later.
Yeah.
There are too many questions. Remember, I always like to say you can tell the status of a program by the number of questions about it. And the same thing for moves like this. We have way more questions than we have answers. Because if he is an air raid guy, is that what you're doing now?
Yeah, to me, I think that all the questions I haven't changed. If I have questions, because my questions are more player related. I don't need plays. A play isn't going to make me play harder. A play isn't going to make me execute better. I mean, unless it's something I know like extremely, like I could go out and run, over spike 40 right now. Wouldn't get there, but I wouldn't get to the quarterback, but I could run it. I could run Hawk open 7 and Eagle open 6. I could do that, right? I know where to line up. I could just do that just out of habit. So if you asked me to do like some of my fire zones and stuff, that probably wouldn't work out that well.
But that is the question, right? If you say that it's players,
that's my opinion.
You can't. You can't bring in new players. Well, you can if you go to your practice squad. You go to your depth chart, but that's not what's happening here.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, see, for me, I guess I'll clarify. For me, before there's obviously tons of blame. I mean, not tons, but everybody has their fair share. And when you're 5-4 and you haven't, you're not playing up to your expectations, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, or a combination. Everybody's got to do better. That's the fix. Now there's some more than other. For me, this is just my opinion. Before we start worrying about who's calling plays and removing coaches or putting them on the hot seat and all that, I'm going to fix what is controllable, which is it's a choice at this point. There's some very old players that have played more games in college than I ever have that need to, now I don't know whether you're comfortable or not, where you feel comfortable. Me getting a fat paycheck, let's be honest, or whatever it is, that's a personal choice. Because what I do outside of football should never affect what I do on football.
But you can't fix that now.
We're not. But that's what I'm saying. So that's why I don't have that many questions. I don't think this is just my opinion. I don't think he's here to all of a sudden go 10 personnel, 0 personnel, which means 5 wides or whatever, and just throw it all up. I don't think that. I think when you bring in and this only reason I say this is because I have experience with it. Right. So when we were running Greg Wood, so we played 3-4 in Buffalo for 3 years. We're very successful. And then overnight we're running his defense, which is like essentially Buddy Ryan's 46 defense with modern day Greg Williams, because he had a successful year with, Javon Curse and all them. So Jerry Gray was the first time being a defensive coordinator, like on his own. Buddy Ryan came and one of their assistant coaches came. So what they did was with these two, essentially the calls didn't change, like the name of the calls and the coverage and all that. They just condensed the language of it. And what they did was by doing that, it helped bring clarity to the concepts. And then we took off.
If this thing happens under your watch, why would it happen? Is what I'm asking. I think it's first of all, it's a bye week, okay. So then that's how you become official, and you don't know when his thing ended up with the, with the consultant. Because I'm pretty sure you're just a free, willing can leave. I don't think obviously you're not an employee. So then I think it's like maybe he's coming in just to kind of look at it and see how you can maybe really trim the fat to get, in particular, whether it's your skill positions or your skill position, which is a quarterback, to play a little bit more freer, or really just be able to bounce something off of whether it's the head coach or coordinator. I don't think he's going to come in and then all of a sudden, you got new names for plays, new concepts, and then all of a sudden I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to probably be an addition to it as just an advisor, and that's obviously what he's at. Now, how much? Who knows?
That's just the question, right? Because you can tell me, and I might believe you, that he's coming in for the next 3 weeks, right? To clean up terminology, just to get it on the same page, right? Cut the fat, like you said. Make sure splits are good. Make sure formations look good. Just get that, 30,000 foot view. But you had to probably hire this guy away from TCU. You already talked to this guy in the offseason. It just feels like there's a lot of momentum pointing that what you're saying is true for the rest of this season. So it's not but it's an and. There's more coming. It'll be simplified this year. Make the best of it as you can now, and then what comes next.
But that still says to me that the staff on hand could not accomplish the things that were required or that they said they would or could without additional help outside of this. Because if we think it's a 10-man coaching squad who can, if I hired 10, I expect the job to be done with those 10. If those things aren't done, then you have another discussion. and there has to be an admission of, hey, there's a swing and a miss somewhere.
Sure.
By somebody.
All right.
And then a fixable problem. You have to identify. We still haven't identified why you struggle running the ball. You have to identify why your quarterback has had some issue, right? In order to know what you're fixing,
right,
you have to identify it.
And bringing in a fresh set of eyes certainly can't hurt with that. But Strick and I talked about this with Evan when we had him on at 2:30. It is both a credit to the staff to have the humility to bring someone in right now when they admit that they can't fix the problem, but also an indictment of how they got to that point to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, there's always plenty of blame to go around, but I keep going back to this, and this is what the problem with Nebraska media is. You listen, man. I could tell you why you're not running the ball efficiently. Now, granted, should we probably had committed to it? I'm sure Mark Satterfield said it. So maybe there, instead of, just say there was 10 series where we threw it 3 out of the 3 times and didn't get a first down or whatever. Well, he'd probably maybe 5 of those to be 1 or 2 runs in there. Okay, that's fine. All right. But when you talk about execution, and I'm talking about execution of the ABC, I'm talking about the guys. Here's the deal. Yes, Dylan can play better, right? But it's to be expected. Okay. He's playing 9 games as a true freshman. So it's going to be up and downs. Okay, so he's right where he needs to be. Obviously, we'd like him to be right. And so that's where he's at. After that, without that big interception, and obviously he looked very slow at the beginning, he's right where he needs to be. But I keep saying this. In order for this offense to be what we had hoped with the additions and had guys that played yesterday or last year that got thrown in the fire, with the veteran offensive line that's been in 85 million games, and Fedoni's healthy, the emergence of Borkature, you got Lindenmeyer, Carter Nelson, all these dudes, everybody around them withstanding that had been here had to raise their game of football. And that's a choice, dude. So if I need to block that dude right there in order for DP to get across that street and I somehow miss, that ain't a play call, man. I'm sorry, it's not. It's just real. It really isn't. So so that's not that has to be addressed personally.
Yeah, but this is where you and I bump heads. If it's your job to coach my lead blocker and my lead blocker keeps missing, at some point, as much as I'm looking at my lead blocker,
right,
the paid professional got to figure out how to teach that dude how to make a block. Like that part.
But hold on, blocking. First of all, let's just get this. Listen. I mean,
Austin, did you see his face change?
First of all,
you see the facial expression
let's just get
change.
this out of here. First of all, this is no disrespect for any offensive lineman I played with again. You guys ain't really that good at athletes. That's why. Okay, that's honest, got true. So Austin, that's you got your clip. Okay.
But this is no disrespect. This is no disrespect. This would set him off.
This is no. I'm just telling you, it's no disrespect. Now I'm going to tell you the reason why, like the Jonathan Ogdens, the Walter Jones, the Anthony Munoz, the Laramie Tunsil's, and all those guys, and in our case when I played, Zach Wiegert and all those guys that they're talking about, because they actually were good athletes. Okay, that's why they're talked about. Willie Rofe, because they actually are good athletes. You guys ain't really that good athletes. So get in the way and stop out there, stop playing around. And let's also be. And then when you get out on the edge, yeah, there's technique to it, but it's got to be want to. Now, if there's other reasons why you keep going out there, but at the end of the day, you putting your stuff on tape, because you will tell me that you want to go to pros, but you showing me that you sometime doing it. So we sometime running the ball. We sometime running the screens. We're sometimes getting open. We're sometimes getting separation. We have a dude at quarterback that's extremely talented, right? That is a worker, that is a future leader, that is all in and invested in this game of football. But there's one thing that he doesn't have that he can't get, right? He has the arm. He's got the support. He don't have experience. He can't get that. He's getting every time he goes out there, that's experience for him. It's the experience that these dudes had 4 or 5 times over. So if he played, how many games is this? 9? So Dylan played 9 games. I guarantee you there's guys We should look. Text line, let us know. Of the guys that play majority of the plays, there's probably, if I had to guesstimate 8 guys that have played at least 40 or plus games, right? You supposed to lead him. Yeah, he gonna get the credit. He the quarterback. He the quarterback. Trent Dilfer got the job at UAB because he just got out of the way. He was a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna get the credit. But we got to bring him along. Now, granted, there's other things to it and all this other stuff.
I love agitating Jay.
You know, I
apologize. I couldn't resist.
But I will tell you this. As much as everybody's questioning and has all these like, well, if this means this, we're bringing it. Listen, we had coaches here before. We won't say any names. You just had them on the punchable list, right? That people were mad that said that when he would get up there and say, we just got to keep running what we're running, right? So now you got a coach that's trying to fact find or solution fine, and now you're worried about that. You can't have it both ways. Now, is there a admission of guilt or whatever? Sure, but there's also admission of, okay, at least I'm trying to figure it out, or this person can help bring a different set. And I'm telling you, when Buddy Ryan, and I wish I knew what the other coach was that came in and kind of met with us and talked to us about it, I'm telling you, it trimmed the fat off of it, and we started to play a lot better because they were able to say, listen, all this gibberish that Jerry Gray is putting on it, because Jerry Gray would put 15 tags on there. He's like John Gruden, right? He would, you know what I mean? He's like, man, that ain't nothing but just cover 3. And then the light went on. Now we didn't have Javon Curse though, so he wasn't the ultimate equalizer. But then we started to blitz a little bit. But in the reality, that's why you bring it. Now, if it leads to something in the future, well, then that's another conversation. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
I just, through all, I know we need.
My name is Lynn, and I'm in the wind.
Yeah, man. My name is Paul. That's between y'all. Austin, get us the break. We'll get back.
We'll get back on time, man. Yeah.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick. Join 93.7 The Ticket this Friday night from Concordia University as we bring you Class B playoff action. The 2-seed Seward Blue Jays host 10-seeded Gretna East. Gretna East went 6 hours from home last Friday and upset Garing 44-7, while the Blue Jays hosted Lincoln Pius X and staved off an early exit with a 21-20 victory. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. with pregame coverage starting at 6:50. Join us this Friday for high school playoff action between number 2 Seward and number 10 Gretna East. Right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars, Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane. As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
See ya. Anyways, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman. Hey, man, that might have been one of the most aggressive vape. What do you smoke a vape? Inhale? That was maybe the most aggressive vape inhaling I've seen. The whole thing came out the thing like Snoop Dogg was in there. Anyways, man, lots of stuff going on, man. I think overall, like, if there's a bye week, you want to do some stuff. You're trying to make a bowl game. You're trying to get some spark in it because you got to score points. You got to get going. You probably, obviously want to, you see an opportunity, so you got to do what you got to do. So ultimately, time will tell. Short time, but it's time for reflection.
It's in everything. Every great coaching staff I was on, everybody was responsible for everything, and that was the line that you learned early. Joe Gibbs would always talk about the difference between what Bugle would offer. And if the defensive line was struggling, if Torgy and group were struggling, Bugle would go over and it's like, well, wait a minute.
This is what they're doing.
This is what happens. And then he would pull the players and say, hey, listen, Dexter, we can't do what we need to do because you out here being an individual.
Yeah.
But he had to have tough conversations that sometimes the coaching staff, your voice would work for Rico, where Austin's may work with Nick. And you have to be open to it. And you have to, but the commitment is your feelings and your ego aren't as important as the ultimate mission.
Right.
And at some point, every team, every organization has to just say, everybody's responsible, player, coach, etc. Let's get it done.
Yeah, it's got to be more we. And, how about let's not seek out the pat on the back. Let's seek out the conversation.
Well, let's do work. Man.
Well, that's where it's going to come from.
Do work.
Because if you're constantly seeking feedback, constructive criticism, feedback, whatever you want to call it, you can dress it up, whatever. Then the accolades will come, and will come actually tenfold. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't need to. Yeah, sure. If you make a great play, obviously we're going to celebrate it. But let's also make sure we make ordinary plays look great. How do we do that? Then we are dealing with the very, very details that's going to give us the best chance to be successful. Like some people, I know we're going to break. People always ask me like how I was able to survive that long, I always say I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the fastest, wasn't the strongest, wasn't the quickest, but I was obviously, I think I was a lot in some of those areas. I was more towards the top. Right. And then I was never below the average, but the reason why one thing I made a commitment to myself, I said, listen, when I'm playing against Edgerrin James, Curtis Martin, Eddie George, all these, Robert Smith, all these dudes. I said, I'm going to give myself the best chance to be successful, play in and play out.
Yeah.
And then let's see where it's at. And if I get beat, you know what? If I get beat, Dallas Clark hits me with the back shoulder fade.
Well, if we get beat together.
If Kevin Falk gets me on the back shoulder fade. I mean, was I mad? But you know what? A good pass, good catch. You ain't going to do it again, but you got me right there, right? But then I started making some plays. So think that approach. You know, if you think that you're just going to go out there and not play with good leverage against Jerome Bettis, I tried to bear hug him and tackle Alligator. Look, I couldn't even get my arms around him. He was like an ice box. At that time, he was like 290.
He was like a bus.
Hey, he broke my man Rayon down and cocked the head back on us. I had to hawk him down, but my man, big man at 285 can roll. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break, come back. The first college football playoff, I guess, bracket came out. Interesting. The Cougars beat DP. Did they get should they have been higher? Yes or no? We'll think about it. Come back at the top of the hour. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through November 10th, enjoy USDA Choice T-Bone Steaks for $8.88 per pound. 10-pound tubes of 80% lean, 20% fat hamburger tubes, $3.99 per pound. Boneless turkey, all white and dark meat, $4.99 per pound. Webster City bone-in hams, $4.49 per pound. And fresh wild caught Canadian walleye fillets, $12.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade-in approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Before you start blowing and raking leaves this season, make sure you know where they go. Yard waste is not garbage, especially in Lincoln, where it's converted into earth fuel compost. All grass clippings and leaves must be separated from household trash from April 1st until November 30th each year. It's the law. Yard waste belongs in a paper lawn bag, or you may request a bin from your trash hauler who will pick it up for a small fee. Remember, no trash or branches are allowed in yard waste. Get the details at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Now that Halloween is over and you're gearing up for Christmas, it's time to head to Tailored Life in Bennett to get ready with local shopping. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of Christmas trees in all different colors, plus many other fall and winter holiday items and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin, 1040 O Street, live in effect. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients Butcher Shop. A lot going on, obviously, in college football. A lot going on here in Lincoln, even on a bye week. Trying to get back on the right track, but nevertheless, they released their first college football playoff bracket last night. DP in Austin. There were some teams left out on the first out or whatever, and some feelings were hurt and all that. But we'll start with the first teams out, the first and second team out, right? And I think these are two teams, or at least one in particular, that you don't want to play. And first team out is SMU. Now I think they'll control their destiny as they keep going, but they are not the old SMU of throw it all around and when they were in the AAC and be 52-55. The second team out, which had a quarterback change, is Texas A&M. So those are the two teams outside looking in. You guys in agreement with that?
No.
You wanted SMU in there?
I told you how I process.
You want Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines in there?
If you're going to rank teams who are likely to finish at the level that they're currently playing at, like I'm not giving you credit for work you haven't done, and I'm certainly not going to devalue the work that you've done already. So who's going to beat Army?
Every team up there?
No. They'll get him in January. But before then, who's going to get him?
Like if they all played this weekend?
No, if Army
Notre
plays
Dame's left on their schedule.
Notre Dame is the one, right? So they've got a one-game playoff, basically. Army has a one-game playoff.
Yeah, so Notre Dame would be out. We don't like Golden Domers anyway.
But Army's not getting in as not large. Even
Yeah.
if their record of whatever in one or
If they're undefeated, you got to put them in.
The committee already told you they won't, even if they should.
If Commissioner Pearson is in,
they're in. So what number?
I'm not telling America's finest.
So would they be in? Would they be in over Boise?
I'm at least giving them a 12. You kidding me? Undefeated Boise? I owe you. What do I owe Boise State?
No, I'm just asking who you put them in there. Boise's number 12.
Alabama has 2 losses. They've already shown a proclivity to making mistakes in critical moments.
So would you put them in over Alabama or Boise?
Both.
Well, you only can pick one.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Nick Saban is watching.
Sorry, Uncle Nick.
Nicholas.
Listen, if you've had a perfect season, then you get credit for a perfect season. And there are too many. Like if you've lost 2 games, I don't care that you lost 2 games in the SEC. You lost 2 games. You lost 2 games. Sorry, you knew the rules. You had the same rules that Army has. Guess what? You got to win your game. Don't put them on the schedule if you can't beat them. That's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Boise, I'm not mad at them, but I'm not impressed by them. I love the running game. I love what you're doing. You're gonna have you got a Heisman Trophy candidate. But are they having one of the 12 best seasons so far?
They're having the best season according to this out of the group of 5.
Mm-hmm.
They've played the better competition.
Where does Army rank in the group of 5?
3.
And
where are they at, Austin?
Right?
I'm trying to double check.
Are we fair in saying that Army is having a better season than Boise State?
They're having a better season for Army than Boise State's having for Boise State, but that's also like Boise State is having a pretty dang good year for them.
I'm just not married to the idea.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed if they put an Army in this one.
Alabama and Boise are cusp teams only because I don't think that they've had the kind of seasons that if Boise was undefeated, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll agree. Alabama should maybe be on the outside looking in, Boise, and then maybe Army.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Notre Dame, number 10? Now, mind you, the last time we talked about this, this was after they lost to Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois came back the next week and lost, but Notre Dame doesn't have any sexy wins after that. They've been consistent and worked their way up.
A&M.
A&M is
I said after that. They beat
A&M week 1.
A&M was week 1, and then they lost to Northern Illinois at home.
Well, they did the thing. They knocked off an undefeated Navy team. So you did a thing where you gave somebody their only loss. So that makes sense.
Okay, that's it.
And then they're going to get.
They beat Louisville. It's top 25 team.
Right. They're going to get Army, which is a playoff game for both of them.
Mm.
Like if the system is done right, the schedule does the weeding for them.
Yeah.
And that if Army beats Notre Dame, hey, they expect the key to the dance, right? Oh, let my key should get me in the hotel. If they beat Notre Dame, 100%.
Hey man, I know you love BYU.
Say what you say.
But you riding hard.
You know
for
I do.
Army.
You know
it was Navy and Army, Air Force, Marines. I know you going for it, man. But I'm talking about Notre Dame.
Well, for West Point,
I do not think.
Man, you better.
I do not think Notre Dame. I know they will be in there. I don't think they should be in there because I don't. They do play USC, but see, USC doesn't bring any value now.
The rest of their schedule is Florida State, Virginia, Army, USC.
Right. So
their playoff game is Army.
Yes, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm just saying in totality, just the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been impressive enough. Well, number one, you lost Northern Illinois.
They've been
at the crib. Now they've been consistent.
And who did Alabama lose to? The second loss?
We already said they're out.
Okay.
We already said they are out.
Everybody above.
Because here's what I would argue.
Everybody above Notre Dame.
I would say this. Alabama has had a tougher road than Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame's only lost once. They both can be out for me. I'd be rather almost put SMU in there if you want to start putting in some new blood because Notre Dame's schedule has not set up for them. See, because remember when they played Alabama, their ultimate last little card or joker was USC. That is gone.
Yeah, but they can't control that.
What the other teams do, right?
That you can't control that USC, Florida State, and Virginia.
No, we can't.
All stank to bed.
But you can control. You didn't get. You got beat at home though.
Well, but so then you're asking for perfect seasons from everybody above them, including Tennessee, which you can't say. You can't say that about it. Indiana's not going to finish undefeated. At least we don't believe that they are. Penn State just took an L.
But here's why I can ask Notre Dame to be undefeated.
Okay.
Because they have consciously chose not to join a conference, a Power 4 conference. They have chosen to be independent. So now I'm going to judge you independently from everybody else.
I'm good with that.
That's
logic.
I'm
good
why.
with that logic
because everybody's gotten in line, and you have constantly gotten out of line.
I'm good with that.
Even though you are the Golden Domers, and hold a lot of cachet, well, you crapped out at home.
Yep.
So now I can judge you differently, as you said you wanted to be judged differently.
You allowed it.
Right.
You allowed it.
I'm glad we see there. See, look, man, compromise it. Look at you people out there. See how we do this? Now, right? I'm going to tell you, if these games had to be played, so the way it looks is on here, Boise State at Ohio State. I think Ohio State will win that game, but it'd be good. Alabama at Texas, rematch from last year.
Yep.
I probably would think Texas. Then you have Notre Dame at Penn State. I think it depends on if James Francis, who you know, it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
But I think the most interesting game, if they were played today, is Indiana at Tennessee. Who would you guys like?
I don't.
I think that would be the best game.
We don't know what kind of monster Indiana really is. Like, I think what they did to Nebraska is the most impressive thing that I've seen all season, because they took, which Nebraska has its problems, but Indiana said, I'm going to take your problems and I'm going to stomp a mud hole in you because of it. To have the season that they're having.
Oh, yeah. And they seem to be getting better. That's the problem I would be worried about.
Right.
That's what, and Signetti is just sitting back. You know, he's on the punchable list.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He said, just punch me.
That's fair.
These are two wildly disparate teams, because Tennessee came in with a lot of hype, right? Fringe playoff contender coming into the year, and Indiana came out of nowhere. I still, in my head, can't wrap my mind around just how mediocre Tennessee's offense has been for the last month and a half.
For as much talent as they have on that team.
Nico did take a step forward to start the year, but it hasn't sustained. That would be super styles make fights, right? Do I think that Tennessee's defense can hold down Indiana's offense? Not really. Do I think Indiana's defense could hold down Tennessee's offense? Not really. I lean Tennessee because I know a little bit more about them, but maybe I'm just continually looking over and past Indiana.
But Georgia's sitting there staring them in the face. Like, Georgia, they're on the schedule. And you got to go down between the hedges. Yeah. You got to go down between the hedges.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure that plays out, right? Because
that'll play out. But I was talking about these two teams played this weekend, and here's what
I'm telling you. I would rather see Indiana win a first round game and then get Miami. That's what I want to see.
Indiana's playoff. Look, they've got a wild card game this Saturday against Michigan. Then they have to travel to Columbus, Ohio
after a bye
to face the Buckeyes, and then you can have the conversation.
Then rivalry, Old Oak and Bucket.
Right.
They play Purdue.
Right. So all of that, BYU's playoff starts this weekend. You got to face the Utes, and no matter what,
that's a big one.
Yeah, like that. That's one. That could come up and jump up and bite you. I'm not sure anybody else on the schedule is going to get them if Utah doesn't get them. I'm not buying that Kansas, Arizona State, or Houston are going to jump up and get them. I don't see that. So I think
where's that game against Houston at?
Houston is in Provo.
Oh yeah, if it was in Houston,
it's going to be in the snow. Houston playing in the snow.
If BYU had to drive through the 3rd and 5th ward to get to that game. Yeah,
they got Kansas State last week.
I would pay to be on that bus.
Hey, they'd be like BYU. They'd be looking for. Hey, we played a preseason game when I got down to Houston. We played at the University of Houston. I said, hey, got off the bus. There was Scarface right there. Here's my thing about Indiana. Here's what's actually most impressive about Indiana. Yes, they got Nebraska and beat us. Obviously, that's just, that's factual. The more impressive thing about Indiana is that next week, they started their backup quarterback. They were winning at halftime, but the Washington was closer. The thing that was very impressive with them is that when they made the decision that we are going to get into a street fight, they turned it on just like that. And they ran it like 20-some times in the second half and threw it 6. So what that let me know is that they are portable. And that's what I'm telling you. That's where I would be a little like cautious and nervous about them, because if you think that, here's why I think that they could be scary going to Penn State or what, say like they were able to mix up and they play it on a road and it's a cold game, and because everybody thinks that they just throw around the park. They've shown you that they have practiced the ability to be physical. If they've practiced the ability to be physical on offense and execute at a high level and run it and beat you up, that means defense is ready.
Yeah.
That's what makes them scary. And that's why if they played this game this weekend, right? Indiana at Tennessee, and with Tennessee's offense struggling, where it seems like feast or famine with Nico, and with their defense, I think it was number 27 is a dude, but they're not very disciplined. That's where I think Indiana would go in there and possibly walk the dog on them. That's why because they're more consistent.
Sure.
Right.
Does Penn State, do they win out? Is that a Washington, Purdue, Minnesota, Maryland?
Do you trust them to win out? If they beat,
I do. They did the Penn State thing. They're doing the Penn State thing. They'll beat everyone on their schedule except someone that's more talented than them.
But doesn't that
where's the game at Washington? Is it at Penn State?
At Penn State, at Purdue, at Minnesota, home against Maryland.
That Minnesota game is a trap game. They're going to back. They're going.
I think Minnesota will have cooled off by then.
They're going to. Doesn't matter. They're going to Minneapolis, and they're going to face some demons.
Don't you want, as Captain Chaos? I want Penn State. I want James Franklin to win the rest of his regular season games.
You do.
To shut up Penn State fans.
They
dog him. They dog him.
Yeah, they do.
They dog him.
Yeah, they do.
And they do. Listen, you're. I know we are Penn State. I'm still not sure what that means, but be careful what other people think that means. To say that, well, because we can't beat Ohio State, you're a terrible coach.
Yeah.
No, give that dude credit for being a one-loss team in the Big Ten Conference.
Yeah. Year in and year out. Yeah.
With not the easiest recruiting job in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, as much as people think it's hard. Remember when Bo used to always say it's hard to get guys here? It's hard to get guys up in Happy Valley, man. Now, granted, they have a better recruiting pool in the state of Pennsylvania, but it's not as easy as you think. James Franklin is definitely a big-time coach. I do. All jokes aside, I do think that they'll win out and they'll get in. And the one thing about Penn State, to me, is more mental. Offensively, they're talented. They're physical. Their defense is always there. They have to figure out how to play offense and how to play offense in big-time games. Now, they faced a team in Ohio State that showed a competitiveness that Ohio State hadn't showed. And that's why I was saying, one of the best statements Michael Jordan ever said was, look, man, you up by 5-6 points, you can talk junk. Let's see what you say. Let's see what you do when you're down 5 or 6 points. Well, in this case, Ohio State was down 10 points, and they raised their level of intensity, and they went higher than Penn State couldn't match. Now,
but they've done that every year for the last 8 years.
But this was different, though. When they were saying bringing on, Ohio State kind of cruised into, they kind of out athlete you, where they remember when they had JT Barrett and Braxton Miller was playing slot, and then they just kind of one play and they got him. No, that game was bring it on. That's the edge that they didn't have. Where Penn State, if they could take that as a learning lesson and kind of, manifest that or kind of build on that, talent wise, they would give people. There's not a team on there that they couldn't go and beat.
And that's 4 Big Ten teams currently sitting.
Yeah, we talked about that
in that space. Who's most likely to fall out? Because remember,
probably Indiana.
But remember, Ohio State has a loss already. Penn State has a loss already. Indiana gets 2 hiccups. Them's the rules. We don't make them. They get 2. They get 2 hiccups, right? I only think they take 1. I think there's 1 loss in there.
You think they beat Michigan?
Yeah, I think there's 1 loss in this. But Ohio State, Oregon looks like it has a cake. It has Cupcake City.
Mm-hmm.
So then it becomes, especially for them, then it's Ohio State. Can Ohio State lose a game late in the season? Because if they lose the second loss late in the season,
to Indiana,
Alabama then has just cause to stand up and say, hey, wait a minute. We're playing better now than they are. If Alabama wins out and Ohio State doesn't, that 1-2 loss team that gets in, because there will be one because America, it's going to be whoever loses farthest away, most early in the season. It's not going to be a late loss 2-loss team. That's Penn State, Ohio State, that you're losing you're going to have in your last 3 or 4 games a 1. And that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough because Ohio State has the soft landing as their number 2 in the nation right now, and Alabama is 11.
Mm-hmm.
So Alabama, they have it. I think that it will come down to style points. And I think if they both have 2 losses, that Ohio State will still get in.
What's Ohio State's best win right now? Penn State? What's Ohio State's second best win?
Nebraska. No, I'm just playing.
That's what the board says.
Did they play someone in the non? No, they kind of cakewalked through non-con.
Yeah, and they lost to Oregon.
Yeah.
Like
what's Alabama's second best win after Georgia? That'll come into play.
It's going to have to be what's on the schedule the rest of the season.
Because I think that Ohio State can afford another loss if it's to Indiana. That's a top 10 team. If Ohio State loses to Michigan again, though, they're on the road in the first round.
Bama's best win is going to have to be Saturday against LSU.
And Bama loses that one, they're done.
Because Mercer, Oklahoma,
he might be fired.
Mercer at Oklahoma and Auburn. And Auburn.
Yeah.
Right? None of those move the needle.
Mercer does. Where is
shout out to 20 was that 2013
for James
and they beat Duke.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Was it Lehigh and then it was Lehigh and then Mercer.
Oh.
CJ McCollum and then the Mercer coach dancing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't worry. I remember.
Man, it's crucial, man. A team that could actually cause some real chaos though is my man Lane. He was at his press conference. He said they're only 2 plays away from being undefeated. Somehow, some way, if they're able to upset the Bulldogs, they're right back in business. They beat the number 3 team. They're back in business. They're 16? If LSU, Alabama, that's an elimination game. Tennessee, Dukie's down the leg. The moment's too big. Here comes Lane. Hotty toddy.
Well,
I'm getting
so
tickets,
Mississippi State at Georgia.
No, they got Georgia at home, at Florida, Mississippi State. You beat Georgia, you back in the conversation.
No, they're at Georgia.
It says Ole Miss at home, or Ole Miss has Georgia at home. They're at Florida and Mississippi State at home.
You really think, in your mind, that's a conversation that we're going to have to? You think Ole Miss can rattle us off? What's their current record? Are they
7-2?
That second loss.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying
if they win out,
if they beat Georgia and then blow out Florida and blow out Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl, and Tennessee does what Tennessee usually does,
they could be
could get in there.
And them and Alabama looking at each other. But I also like the idea. I mean, there's a part of me that likes the idea of having Alabama and Ole Miss playing on the road in December.
Well, I mean,
in the first round, Austin. Imagine Alabama having to go to Boise State in December.
That would be funny.
Like
that,
sign me up.
Hey, man.
That's my take. Is that the 5th champion should still get a first round home game.
It's gonna be fantastic.
But they don't.
That's all right. That'll be okay.
Well, but they'll be the higher seed over if Alabama or Ole Miss are a 12 or an 11. Like, they're going to be a higher seed.
But we just saw the committee's not going to do that. The committee told us.
The committee thinks they're not going to do this. This season is going to play them
but see,
in a way.
This is the year I think they're especially not going to do it. If we're 5 years in and there's a team that from the group of 5 that's consistently in and around the playoff rankings, maybe they'll be considering to move them up to 10.
You know what I want? You know what I want to see? I want Alabama to be the 12th seed, and that they have to go to West Point and play Army.
I want that, but it's just not going to happen.
Give me that.
But dog, Tennessee has to go to Georgia on primetime. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
L. Because you know what Kirby gonna bring out that what he said. You know what he says about Tennessee. He said they soft. And he's like, they can run, but they can't hide. And he starts saying, and then Tennessee ends the season
in Nash Vegas
at Vanderbilt.
I need one of these SEC teams to have to go to Provo in the snow. I need that.
That would be funny.
I'm sorry, but I need to see the SEC. I need to see the Southern boys in the snow, in 6 inches of snow.
In a blizzard.
Hey, bro. Would you talk about Provo, Utah in December? Come on. I'm all in. Let's go.
Man, we're gonna take a break, come back, and we'll get to you. We'll get to your text, man. There's a lot of them, man. Talk about Notre Dame, so forth and so on. Indiana as well. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day with patchy fog possible. Otherwise, probably sunny and a high around 54. Tonight, probably cloudy skies with a low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and light winds with a high around 55. Meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin, old school. I got plenty of text here, man. We'll start. Let's start with AA Ron. He has the best one. He said he would like to punch Jerry Jones in the face. That's always from 4:30. I do too. Unknown texter.
His face wouldn't hold up.
I know. Let Jerry just live.
Yeah.
I think it says he's almost 50-50 run pass for his career, so that's Dana Holgerson, 50-50 run pass. Lemon says Rule doesn't want to blame players, but he implies they're part of the problem. He doesn't say it explicitly, though. I know, I just said it. Phil says Notre Dame is in an unfortunate situation at the start of the season. That end run of their schedule would have been worth a lot. Yeah, it sucks. Everybody else aren't holding up their end of the bargain. I still think Golden Domers will get in. I think they'll hold serve and they'll get in just because it's the first year. 4424 says, I'm not on board with how Indiana and their university went about building their team to win. They destroyed an entire football program for instant success. I'm glad Nebraska hasn't sold out like that. So what he's saying is this. So by Kirk Cignetti taking essentially all their good players away from James Madison, the cupboard is bare. But that you'll see that a lot. We always talk about this in college basketball. And you've seen it, obviously we have a kid from North Dakota State, and there's been tons of kids go from different ones that was at Alabama. He's really good. The kid we got is good. And that's what happens when you go and get kids from FCS. It happens at James Madison. That's a huge.
Wait a minute, they put up 70 or 60 against North Carolina. The cupboard ain't exactly bare.
Right.
Like
but,
they went down.
Well, that's the thing. It got good to them. Right. So then they was like, we're used to winning and winning championships. But all I'm saying in theory, in reality, when you have these teams at that lower level that are really, really good, the depth isn't there. So it takes 2 or 3 years to kind of build up your program. And then obviously if they had a mass exodus, which they're doing really good things up in Indiana, I really just, I understand what you're saying. I don't, because you're giving these kids an opportunity to go somewhere they are flourishing. And then ultimately James Madison in the fabric that he left there, they will bounce back to the standard that you were referencing.
They're 6-2 and will probably finish 10-2.
Yeah. But they won't, I mean, it's a little salty. They'll be all right. Do we think the committee would actually let Boise host? They have it in their conditions. The host team has to have sufficient amenities. So that means like the hotels and stuff like that.
Boise can host a whole weekend of NCAA tournament games. They can host a football game.
Yeah. They just don't want to see that blue field.
In the snow.
John and Cortland said, I know, right? John and Cortland says Georgia versus Ohio State second week of December. Florida anywhere, upper Midwest December. Yeah, that would just be funny.
I'm thrilled about the idea of on-campus games in the North or in the Midwest in December. Like, just for a moment, take yourselves that 3 years from now, when Nebraska puts itself in that situation, that they could host a playoff game at Memorial Stadium in December.
Man,
late December.
That hawk.
Boy.
It would be, you know what it would be? I would say if Nebraska had to host a playoff game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
During December, and they sell it out, it's worth 3. It's worth 4.
It's worth points.
Can you imagine?
Just ask Kansas City.
Just imagine the amount of clothes you would have to wear.
What
double face mask?
We could look when we had to do our pre-games from Tipsy Tina's and sit out on that patio. Those are 3 of the most miserable days I've experienced since I've been here in Nebraska. Was those pre-game tailgates?
It was that game where they played actually Minnesota at home. It was cold, man.
Oh, I'm cool.
What warm weather team do you guys most want to see have to deal with that hawk in Lincoln?
Oh, in the future?
Yeah.
It would be somebody like Florida, just because of the history in those dudes. What's the team that
I want Oregon to come back when it's cold.
Yeah, Oregon. They'd be funny because they would be looking
USC
sweet.
in the cold.
Oh, that'd be a game over. You remember what team was it that played Pittsburgh and they came up and remember they were walking around with their shirts off? Is that Miami?
Oh yeah, who was
remember
that? Yeah,
that was a good game.
Oh, there were some Bruins with their shirts off Saturday
in pregame.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even cold.
They were talking about. Man, I don't know how y'all deal with this. They were
really,
yeah, bro. They were about it. Nick and I were laughing because they were down on the sideline talking about it. We gotta get acclimated, man. I'm like, bro, it's 55. What are you doing? Yeah,
you got to get acclimated.
Yeah, I was like, okay, do your thing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what it's going to be. I mean, the playoffs make certainly the conversations.
I mean, it's no different when the Dolphins played at Kansas City that game and it was super cold out. Remember that? And they were, where you had to wear, double wool socks and all that stuff.
And someone at the station passed up free tickets to not go to that.
That was you.
It was not me. I was not offered free tickets.
It was Jake. Was it Jake?
I didn't say names.
It was Jake. That's how you know Jake isn't a real Dolphins fan. Because Tua was playing, and that's when Tyreek Hill got destroyed.
Aren't the guys going to Green Bay to watch a game with Amon? I saw some discussion.
There was some.
I thought somebody bought tickets from Amon to go see the Packers, and I was like, "Yeah, this is kind of the last week to go to Lambeau without risking fingertips and toe tips."
You get snowed in up there. Boring.
Yeah.
Green Bay. I'd rather go to Utah. No, I wouldn't.
I'll give you 10 seconds to reconsider that.
Yeah. No, actually, you know what? I take that back.
5
because they got
4,
good brats
3,
up there. I'd
2,
rather go to Green Bay.
1. Okay. At the buzzer.
I had a good time in Wisconsin when I went up there. I ate so many brats. It took me a week to get them out my system, but I literally, for that 12 hours period, I set the record. 2 brats for every spotted cow beer. Then I just was drinking my sorrows away because Nebraska was getting broke off by J.J. Watt and Russell Wilson and Monty Ball or whoever the running back was. Remember, he just
all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Texas says bring Miami here, but I'm not. That would be. I mean, listen, Miami could play themselves into that round of play. So that's also a thing that if Miami or Florida State had to come to Memorial State in December.
Probably Florida State. Miami might be a little tougher.
Well, at least now.
Do you believe that? Or are you saying that because you have to?
I believe Miami's tougher than Florida State mentally.
Okay.
They're just. Have you seen Florida State?
I haven't paid attention to Florida State since the Sugar Bowl last year.
Yeah, they soft. They're soft right now.
Softer than Miami.
Miami is.
If you took so tell me that Miami is a top 5 program, top 5 team without Cam Ward.
Top 5?
Mm-hmm.
No, but they're definitely top 15 for sure. I saw them. I'm telling you, man, that defensive line that they have, they got 8 dudes on that defensive line that are going to be playing on Sunday. And the best dude isn't even playing yet.
Can't argue with that.
That's what's got them do.
Cannot
they
argue
just
with that.
bringing in dudes like waves.
Cannot argue with that.
But I still don't know. They might struggle in the cold.
It's good. I mean, so all of
Cam did play at Eastern Washington, so he's at least.
And he played at Washington State. He played that. Was it Apple Cup?
Is it just the first round?
He's Incarnate Word. Sorry.
First round of 8 that play on campus, and then the following week they go to bowl games. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it's teams 5, 6, 7, and 8 that get a home game.
Okay.
On campus.
Okay. All right.
Except Boise.
That's why I said 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
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 Again, I still think that 5th champion needs a home game. It's never going to happen, but it should.
Well, they would, because the top 4 are going to be the big boys.
Big 4, yeah.
The big boys. 5 will.
5, they just let you get in there.
The 5th conference champion, the 5th auto qualifier.
Right, they will. They will.
No, they don't get one. No, they're number 12. They're just invited to the party. They're not hosting.
Right.
They just got a ticket.
Yeah.
They got the Willie.
So where will they play in week 1 of the playoffs when 5 plays 12?
If they would
they don't play at 5?
Well, they do play 5. What I'm saying is the group of 5 champion will never be the 5th.
Yeah. So Boise is the group of 5. Ohio State is number 5.
Yes.
So, but Boise is number 12 with the rankings, even though they're the group of 5 champion. They go on the road.
Yeah.
So is there a way that, are you saying that Ohio State could end up still higher than the group of 5 champion?
Mhm.
They will.
They are.
They almost assuredly will. Boise at 12 and Army at 25 are the only 2 group of 5. I guess Washington State, but they're not eligible because they're technically Pac-2 members. The way it's set up is that the top 4 conference champions get the buys. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They just let you in there.
And then you just get the obligatory spot.
But 1 through 4 don't play in week 1 of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They get the bye.
They get a bye.
But the 5th conference champion is the group of 5 champion, and they get neither benefit. They don't get the bye, and they don't get the home game. Hypothetically, they could get the home game.
Where would they play?
They would play at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Court if it was today.
Okay.
Now, if you have a really special, what was the?
But week 1 again, the 5 versus 12. The payoff for being the group of 5 is that you're going to host the number 12.
You don't. That's the problem.
You're the group of 5 champion, but you're the 12th ranked team according to this. So you're on the road.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Here's your trophy.
Yeah.
Maybe you could be like Iowa, put the second place Big Ten.
That's lame.
Oh, man. Anyway, we'll take a quick break, put a bow on this bad boy. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful, with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Before you start blowing and raking leaves this season, make sure you know where they go. Yard waste is not garbage, especially in Lincoln, where it's converted into earth fuel compost. All grass clippings and leaves must be separated from household trash from April 1st until November 30th each year. It's the law. Yard waste belongs in a paper lawn bag, or you may request a bin from your trash hauler who will pick it up for a small fee. Remember, no trash or branches are allowed in yard waste. Get the details at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Hey guys, it's Nick. Join 93.7 The Ticket this Friday night from Concordia University as we bring you Class B playoff action. The 2-seed Seward Blue Jays host 10-seeded Gretna East. Gretna East went 6 hours from home last Friday and upset Gering 44-7, while the Blue Jays hosted Lincoln Pius X and staved off an early exit with a 21-20 victory. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. with pregame coverage starting at 6:50. Join us this Friday for high school playoff action between number 2 Seward and number 10 Gretna East. Right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, DP, old school. Good discussion. We'll see what happens. The first one always kind of sends people into shock, obviously. And to see where it goes from here. It'll be interesting to see how teams finish. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a big couple weeks for everybody, as much as Nebraska is going back to the drawing boards and, you know, figuring what they need to figure out. There's a lot of teams that are in the heat of this thing that are actually in the same boat. You know, you talked about Tennessee offense struggling, being consistent with a really, really dynamic quarterback and a defense that is, you know, obviously very, very talented. Then you have LSU and Alabama in essentially a play-in game. Two rivals. You got a new coach in DeBoer who's struggling a little bit. Obviously, I think the discipline that those players are used to, he isn't bringing, and you're seeing it out on the field. Then you got to get Jalen Milroe going, right? Mm-hmm. He's kind of taking a little bit of dip. He went from a Heisman strong candidate to not even in the conversation. Defense is immensely talented. The defense has turned the corner. Offense has to catch up. Then you have LSU. Offense is rolling, let themselves down a little bit. Nussmeier there was talk of him, Austin, which is very interesting, of him being the number 1 overall pick.
I see in that.
Until they lost. Yeah. And, you know, I'm going to say this, and I want your opinion. You know, I love Todd McShay. You know, I know he had a little health deal and had to, you know, get some stuff straight. You play one bad game, he's like, oh, man, you know, I watched 2 years of him. I thought he would be the, you know, top 5 pick. That one game, I don't know anymore. Well, what about the other games you watch? Is like everybody has to play perfect to get drafted? That obviously as we've seen, is not it.
Well, the SEC is the mini NFL. So if you have one bad game in the SEC, you know, just like the NFL, cutthroat business.
Yeah.
You're on the doorstep, right? Packing your bags. Gotta watch out.
Yeah, it's crazy that you know, and I get it. He's on his social media stuff, but you change on guys that quick. That's why guys do not make it.
We saw the same thing with Caleb Williams in the record, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, did Caleb Williams play perfect football down the stretch? No. But wins are more than just a quarterback stat. They're a team stat. They're you know, 21 other players at the very least, 25 maybe, you know, on the team that make an impact. You know, they get starters. So yes, the quarterback, you know, one of the most important positions, one of the hardest positions to play in sports, have an outsized impact on the outcome. But knocking a quarterback that went 6-6 in a tough conference, a mid-tier team, we do that too often and give maybe too much praise to a so-so quarterback who's on autopilot because of the talent around him with the scheme.
Yeah, I think a perfect example of that. I think when it's convenient, they look at wins and say, "Oh, you're a winner."
Yeah.
When you're not winning, they say, "Well, he's talented," and then they try to look at, "Well, he had this many drives or this." And, the perfect example is this: when they're talking about Will Levis, has a great arm built up, obviously built, pretty solid or whatever. They're like, "Oh, well, his junior year he was really good. His senior year his accuracy dipped." Now Wan'Dale Robinson left, and the running back is gone, and one of their offensive linemen got drafted. He's like, his accuracy went down, but man, he took some hits, so we know that he's ready to play in the NFL.
Took some hits.
He took a lot of hits this year.
Right.
Yeah. That means he's holding on the ball a little bit too long.
Well, it's the same reason that, Jake Walker and Christian Ponder got drafted as high as, Josh Allen did.
Yeah.
Right? You weren't able to translate the traits in scouting. Oh, you knocked him for the level of competition. And maybe Josh Allen's a bad example because he was maybe more of a raw project. But how many times do we see talented group of 5 quarterbacks passed over that have better NFL caliber traits because the record isn't as good as they're at a smaller school?
Right. And that's the thing. It's then they have those like intangibles that the guys at the bigger schools don't ever get or don't ever, develop or have. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh man, why did we draft this guy number 6 overall and the guy that we drafted in the 5th round, kind of like Brock Purdy and Trey Lance? There's a difference. How many teams would have really, really liked to draft Brock Purdy in the 4th round, the 5th round, the 3rd round? Just think if you reach for Brock Purdy and now he's your franchise quarterback. Reach for him in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Instead of San Fran just kind of like, all right, man, we'll just take you.
Whatever.
Yeah, we need a guy.
Sure.
Just a
Practice
private thing
squad.
for practice squad. Week 6, he's starting right to the NFC Championship, or so. Yeah, it's always interesting, man. And then obviously with the this college football playoffs is going to be even more. And this is when it's going to get fun. Cream's going to rise to the top and separate, and it's no different. Like I said, same problems that you see or hear about in Knoxville and Baton Rouge and Alabama and all that are just dressed up a little bit different here. Right. You got to keep pushing and adjust and stuff like that. So we'll see as we get down to the stretch. But old school is done for the day. Man, it's getting dark quick.
Too quick.
Yeah, man. We need some more sunlight. Anyways, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman, old school. We'll holler at you tomorrow.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you